Welcome back, dear students of class 10th. Dear student, I am Rajendra Rai from LPM Public School, Gola Bazar, Gorakhpur, presenting this video for your learning. And this is the speed study of the nervous control as well as the endocrine control in the human being. My dear student, in this part, you will learn about the structure of the central nervous system, that is the brain. And dear student, the brain is having this brain get extended as the spinal cord. This is the spinal cord, and it starts from a structure which is called pons. So this is the pons. And a student, in this pons, above this there are certain structures that are eventually called this is thalamus, and this is hypothalamus. This is hypothalamus. And in between them there is a structure that is called cerebellum. This is cerebellum. This cerebellum is situated in the hindbrain, and this complete structure, this is medulla oblongata. This one is the medulla oblongata. This is the cerebellum, and this is spinal cord. And now the covering of the brain, that is known as the cranium. This is the cranium. So this is the cranium, outer covering of the brain, that is the called meninge, and in this is the meninge, and beneath this meninge there is the part of the brain which is called forebrain. So this structure, this is called forebrain, and this is midbrain. This structure is the midbrain, where pituitary gland and pineal gland get situated. Pituitary gland, and this is pineal gland, and this is the cerebrum. So my dear students, this is the structure of the human brain, and this is the central nervous system. This is the main organ of the central nervous system. It controls all the functions of the body. As far as, for example, the controlling of the voluntary control, that is done by this spinal cord, and the nerves that get arising from the spinal cord are called the spinal nerves, and they are 31 pairs. The nerves that arises from the brain, that is called cranial nerves, and they are 12 pairs. 12 pairs, like optic nerves, gustatory nerves, olfactory nerves, and nerves for the hearing, nerves going to the different organs in the body from the brain, directly from the brain. These are called the cranial nerves. But the most of the nerves, they arise from the spinal cord, which is the extension of the brain, and this spinal cord is responsible for scattering 31 pairs of the nerve from it. The cerebellum, the function of the cerebellum is to maintain the posture of the body as well as the thinking thought process. The medulla, that is the very important, it conducts the messages from this spinal cord to the brain for the storage in the memory. Cerebrum, that is for the thought process as well as the storage of the memory. Thalamus, that is for the temperature control of the that is the body temperature, control of the body temperature, that is done by the thalamus. Hypothalamus, that control the process of the hormone secretion by this pituitary gland. And this is the forebrain, the opticism, olfaction, olfactory property, and gustatory. All these nerves are get controlled by the forebrain. So my dear students, this is the summary of the structure of the brain, what I have discussed over here. And now come to the structure of the spinal cord. Structure of the spinal cord. So the function of the spinal cord is to conduct the voluntary as well as the involuntary actions. And my dear students, there are two types of the nerves are found in the body. One is the voluntary nerve and there is the involuntary or autonomous nerve. They may arise from the spinal cord or they may arise from the brain. So the cranial nerve may be the voluntary or may be the mostly the cranial nerves are the involuntary nerves, and the nerves that arises from the spinal cord, mostly they are the involuntary and voluntary both. And all these nerves, voluntary and involuntary, they are of two types. Either they are the sensory nerve or they are the motor nerve. So let us start the study of the study of this let us start the study of this structure of the spinal cord. So this is the structure of the spinal cord, and the spinal nerve arises as the motor nerve and the sensory nerve. Motor nerve and the sensory nerve. And here relay neuron. These are the relay neuron. So this is the motor neuron, motor nerve. This is relay neuron, and this is the sensory neuron. This is the spinal cord. So my dear students, the structure this is the outline diagram of the structure of the relay neuron, sensory neuron, motor neuron that gets situated, that arises from the spinal cord. And now come to the reflex arc. The function that is conducted by these are the reflex action. So this sensory nerve receives the messages from the different parts of the body and it transmits this message to the relay neuron. Relay neuron further translate it to the motor nerves, and these motor nerves further take the message and deliver the message to the concerned organ for the action. So this action upon the action is called reflex action, and the path of this messaging, the messaging path, that is called the reflex arc. So this is the reflex arc. reflex arc, and the action or the response of the any environmental stimulus that is receiving by the sensory nerve and response by the motor nerve, that is called reflex action. For example, touching a hot object, beating to anybody, get injury or something else. These are the stimulus. These may be stimulus. Now, my dear student, this is the structure and of the neuron, spinal cord, neuron, as well as the reflex arc and reflex action. And after completing it, we will go through on the part of the hormonal control, which is very important as far as the control and coordination is concerned. So apart from the nervous control, let us start the study of the hormonal control. And the hormonal control are done by the specific glands, and these glands are called endocrine glands. My dear students, different endocrine glands are found in the human body. For example, hypothalamus and thymus. So this is the thyroid, this is parathyroid, and this is the thymus. So these three glands are associated, they get associated together, and they are found in the neck region, in the just behind the voice box, and they are for the control of the different metabolic activities by the hormone that gets secreted by the thyroid gland, that is thyroxine, and parathyroid gland secrete PTH, that is parathyroxine, and thymus secretes serotonin, which control the sleeping cycle of a human. So this thyroxine and parathyroxine control the different metabolic activities like carbohydrate metabolism, protein metabolism, fat metabolism. These metabolic activities are controlled by this thyroxine, and a hypersecretion of thyroxine results the high metabolic rate, and less secretion of the thyroxine results the less metabolic rate. My dear students, after this thyroid gland, this is the thyroid gland. Let us start about the study of the another let us start about the study of the another gland, another endocrine gland, and that gland is the pancreas. So in the pancreas there are endocrine cells. So these are the endocrine cells. They secrete these are the blood capillaries. They secrete these are the endocrine cells. They secrete the insulin, and some other cells are also present in this structure. They are called exocrine gland. So these exocrine glands get connected to the duct, and they secrete the different enzyme, and this duct receives different enzyme, and the enzyme will come in the duct. So these are the exocrine cells. But the endocrine cells, they secrete the insulin, which is very important for the controlling the blood sugar level in the blood, and the blood sugar level in the blood that gets controlled by it, because it converts the excess glucose into the glycogen, which gets stored in the liver. So excess secretion of the insulin results the हाइपोग्लाइसीमिया, मतलब ब्लड शुगर लेवल एकदम गिर जाता है। एंड लेस सिक्रीशन ऑफ द इंसुलिन रिजल्ट्स द हाइपरग्लाइसीमिया, मींस पेशेंट डायबिटिक हो जाता है, वो आदमी डायबिटीज का शिकार हो जाता है। माय डियर स्टूडेंट, दिस इज द पैंक्रियाज बिकॉज दिस इज द ड्यूअल ग्लैंड, दिस इज थायराइड ग्लैंड, so these are the endocrine glands, and now we will discuss about the another gland, that is the adrenal gland. And that adrenal gland is responsible for the controlling the heartbeat by the secreting adrenaline hormone, adrenaline and noradrenaline. So these two hormones get secreted by this gland. As far as structure is concerned, it is divided into two parts, cortex and medulla. This is cortex, this is medulla. This is the medulla region, medulla. So they are found on the both of the kidney. Very small glands are there. They are found on the both of the kidney, and they secrete the adrenaline, which is 80% in total secretion, and noradrenaline, which is 20% in secretion. So this 80-20% of the secretion maintain the normal heartbeat. If it increase or decrease, then there will be the change in the heartbeat rate. So it control the function of the heart. Okay. Now come to the next, that is the very important as far as the endocrine system is concerned, that is pituitary gland, which is situated in the brain, and that is called the master endocrine gland. This is the pituitary that is present in the pituitary, that is present in the brain, and it release growth hormone GH in both male and female, and these are responsible for the separation of the both sexes by appearing the secondary sexual characters like voice modulation, other secondary sexual characters, and so on. So this is related for the overall growth of the body. And after the attaining the sexual ability of the male or female, then in the female this pituitary secrete FSH, follicle stimulating hormone, which is going to the ovary, and in the ovary, this is ovary, so there will be the formation of the follicles. So this formation of follicle due to the follicle stimulating hormone, and after that this ovary secrete estrogen. This estrogen is responsible for the formation of ovum in it. After the formation and maturation of ovum, this again pituitary gland secrete LH, luteinizing hormone. This LH is responsible for the outcoming of this ovum. This ovum will come out, that is for the fertilization. And if fertilization will be there, then there will be the secretion of progesterone. Progesterone gets secreted, which nourish the zygote, newly formed zygote till the formation of the placenta. My dear student, in the male, this growth hormone, when the sexual ability will be attained, then testis secrete testosterone, which is responsible for the formation of male gametes or sperm. So my dear student, this is all about, since ovary is the endocrine gland as well as the testis is the endocrine gland, and this pituitary gland that is responsible for the overall growth of the human body. So my dear student, thank you for watching this video, and now this control and coordination chapter is completed now by all means. So you have to revise, you have to make the notes, you have to learn it. Thank you.